Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mai and today's video is part 2 of my tromsø townhouses, which if you don't know are a set of 5 townhouses that I have built in the world of Windenburg, inspired by some townhouses that I saw when I was traveling in Tromsø, Norway, which is up in the north. And this is going to be the furnishing part. So if you haven't seen the part 1 of me building this entire exterior, you should definitely go check that out on my channel. And before we get started, I also really want to mention a huge thank you to everybody who has supported this channel over the past little bit. I have officially reached over 100 subscribers and I am just through the roof, over the moon, every possible phrase you can think of to express how happy I am. Huge thank you. I appreciate you all so much. Everyone who has subscribed, liked, commented, shared. You have made a girl so happy. I don't think you understand. But anyways, this first house that we are furnishing is the house that I imagined is for the landlord. And I imagine them living here with their family, and I kind of imagine them as having 2 kids, so you will see later when I furnish the kids' room. And each home ends up having 2 bedrooms and 1.5 bathrooms. But yeah, it was really fun to furnish and to come up with all the little stories and just the personalities of the people living here, their styles. I accidentally matched the interior colors to the exterior colors. This one maybe not so much. I mean, it is a lot of brown, so earthy tones, and this is a green house on the outside. But yeah, accidentally every house just kind of ended up matching the exterior, which I really loved. But yeah, this one has a very classic vibe, very mid-century, a little bit of a cabin vibe too. But yeah, I don't know how this kind of came about. I think I just imagined this as trying to be as close to the original building of this property as possible. So I tried not to make it look too updated or anything. And over here we have started already on the living room. In this house I end up using a lot of horse ranch and growing together items. I feel like the last few expansion packs, so growing together, horse ranch, and even for rent, have all had some really great matching wood swatches, which if you are a veteran Sims player, you know how much of a struggle that is to just find items from different packs and different styles that actually match each other, so you can create a harmonious room that isn't super repetitive at the same time. So yeah, it was really fun to mix all of those together, and also mixing in these base game bookshelves. They looked really great in here. But yeah, I kept most of the furnishing pretty simple. It took me forever to furnish all of these. Again, it's 5 different homes with 5 completely different styles, and I don't know, I am really happy with how they all turned out, but I try not to clutter it too much, you will notice, because if not, I would literally be here forever, and this video would be even longer than it is already, which is, I think it's 40 minutes, which is insane for a video. And this is sped up, so just imagine how long it took me. And not to mention the extra time that it takes me to go in later and do all the screenshots. Also because when I went in later to do the screenshots, my game was glitching and the world of Windenburg wasn't opening, which is the world that I'm building in. And I read online, it's happened to a lot of people that their world just doesn't load. So it took me a really long time to figure out how to fix it. Thankfully I did, and there will be some gorgeous screenshots at the end of the video if you manage to stay that long. But we are working on the office down here. When I first blocked off this room, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but yeah, it just became the office. I think this is kind of what solidified that this is where the property owner lives. But of course, you don't actually have to put the property owner in here. This can just be their I don't know, it just can be somebody that works from home or that has a very official job where they have to bring some of their work home. But it does turn out looking really nice. It's a very odd shape, so I'm very proud of myself for figuring out how to lay everything out in here. I mean, there definitely are some awkward little nooks, especially over by the couch. I mean, you're kind of just staring at the bookshelf, which might be a little bit odd, but could also be considered cozy, I think. And for most of the windows, I've used these curtains that are base game, which I feel looked really nice in here and really added to that kind of like more mid-century vibe. And I've just kind of like connected them using these rods from the Modern Luxe kit. I really hope that we get like more of these in like a base game update that can be a little bit more versatile and yeah, just available to everybody because they look great. And yeah, I just like really love using them everywhere. I just wish they were more accessible and not just part of like one tiny kit. But anyways, over here we are starting off with the kids' room, and originally in my notes I wrote that I wanted it to be like an opposite twins room, but with such a small space, it was a little bit difficult to do that. So I just like changed it, and they're best friends. And I really like that I chose this like bunk bed for like the top bunk to have a slightly, it's like the same pattern but different color. I think it looks amazing, and it totally matches the wallpaper too that I chose, which is just a base game one. And this end table is from high school years, super mid-century, and I love the lamp that I place here. This is from Cats and Dogs. It's like shaped as a lighthouse, and I don't really find places to put it very often, but it is so cute and I love it so much, and it looked perfect in here. I definitely want to try to use it more often, but I actually end up fitting quite a few things in here. I fit in a desk and this toy box, which is from Get Together. And yeah, I also like get to fit in the wardrobe and some other extra little like bits and bobs for them. So I'm really, really happy with how this room turned out. It's like super cute, super playful. And yeah, I imagine that maybe they're like, they've been children for a little bit, but they still got a ways to go until they become teenagers and you have to like totally revamp this room. And this mirror, I don't actually know if it's functional, but it does look cute, and there's like other mirrors in the house, so I don't think you need it. Like, I don't think it's like the only mirror that is there, so it doesn't matter if it's functional or not. And this lamp is from Base Game. It has like, it looks like a toadstool. It's super cute, and I don't know, almost like underrated, I think. I don't feel like I use it enough, but I'm definitely going to use it more because it's adorable and I kind of want it in real life. And over here next to the wardrobe, I also managed to fit in that little like doctor kit, which is from Parenthood, and it gives your children the like empathy character value, and also I think increases their like mental skill. But yeah, it's super cute, and watching like the little animation of the kids playing with it is adorable. I think it's like one of my favorite things to add to the like children itinerary, like just the wheelhouse activities for the kids to do. And over here we're working on the parents' room, and I use the same wallpaper that I've used in the rest of the home, except I use it in this blue swatch. And yeah, just use like the growing together bed with like the matching like nightstands. I always forget the word for nightstands, or like end tables. Anyways, using the matching end table that I put in the kids' room, except just a different swatch so that it adds like a little bit of variety. And I really love this wardrobe that I've used from Horse Ranch. I kind of want to put it in like every single one of my builds. I think it's super cute, and I just wish there were like maybe more swatches. It has like a lot of the natural wood swatches, but it doesn't always fit everywhere. And this mirror from Base Game, I love fitting it into my builds, and I always put some shoes under it. I think it always like looks so much cuter than just, I don't know, just a regular like standing mirror. And those shoes kind of just like elongate it, I don't know, kind of like anchor it more to the space. And over here by the window, I place this ottoman, and I give it like this like cow print swatch, which is, it's fake leather. For me, in my head, it is fake leather. Usually that swatch makes me like uncomfortable because it looks like animal skin, but yeah, I just tell myself that it's not real. And I mean, technically it isn't real because this is The Sims and none of this is real, but still, it's a little bit too real for me. And here in the hallway, it was a bit of a tough space to furnish. I knew that I wanted to add a chess table because in my head, I thought about adding a chess table into the office, but it like, I mean, the office is a really weird shape, so it just like wasn't really working in there. So yeah, I decided to put it in the hallway instead. And I'm glad that I had to make that switch in the end, because if not, this hallway would have been really difficult to like fill up with things. And here I'm trying to put the ottoman, but it just like, I don't know, it wasn't really utilizing the space well, or it just like looked really awkward. So instead I just placed like a little end table, and oops, I just moved the entire room. Just a little end table and some chairs. These are from Book Nook. I love the Book Nook kit. It's probably one of my favorites. I mean, I'm a huge bookworm, so it like makes sense that that would be one of my favorites. But yeah, over here, I'm placing this dresser to be kind of like a linen dresser. I do switch it to the Horse Ranch bathroom cabinet, but this is also a really good reminder to tell you that I have managed to place washer dryers in every single one of the townhouses. So yeah, in one way or another, they have it. And yeah, also I didn't include any of the bathrooms in this because, I mean, this is already a really long video, so bathrooms would have just been really tedious, and they all pretty much look the same. But you will see it all in the screenshots, and of course, if you download this build, which you can find it on the gallery under the same name that I use here, maiplaysthesims, yeah, and you can find also just the shell of this if you want to furnish it yourself. So if you want to also try to ruin your life with furnishing 5 townhouses. No, it was a really fun challenge. It's just like, it was a lot. But yeah, we have moved on also to the backyard, which the backyard turns out super cute. I managed to fit in like the barbecue and this picnic table and also some planters and even a sprinkler. But yeah, you can also see all of like the landscaping in my other build. It is, if you love landscaping, that is definitely the build for you, or like the video for you, because oh my goodness, it is tedious, but it is so beautiful and so great. But yeah, we have already moved on to the second townhouse. This is like the yellow one, and the storyline or like personalities that I imagined for this one is that they're also a little family, but I imagined that they just have like one child that they just absolutely adore, and it's not that they're like spoiled or anything, but they're just like really loved and they've just like raised a really great kid. But yeah, I just imagine like parents and just one child, and I imagine maybe one of the parents is like a chef, and I don't think I really imagined like a job for the second parent. I imagine like they did something maybe like businessy, or I don't know, I just like imagined like a very basic job. I don't know, sometimes I get really into the lore and sometimes I don't think about it at all. So yeah, I don't know, this also leaves room for you guys to figure it out yourself, because I don't want to write your stories for you. But yeah, the kitchen, the dining room, it's all very simple, and I imagine that maybe they have changed up this like, yeah, this home for like a little bit, because yeah, they just have like a different style than what the basic like cabin style that the house was originally. But it was a little bit difficult to kind of like figure out, like I struggle so much with love seats. So it was a little bit difficult to figure out like the right ones to use with the right couch and everything. But I do actually give in and like use the same couch that I started with from Cats and Dogs, and I just pair it with like the armchairs that match it perfectly, not to like overcomplicate it. I feel like I tend to do that a lot because I try to like not make it all super matching, and then I just like end up making it into a mess. But yeah, this house, like the style of it just like really reminded me of a friend that I had growing up. Like their house was kind of like this, like the layout was very similar to my house, but like the decor inside, all of the style, it was just like all very classic, and yeah, it just like almost looked, I don't know, it was really, really cozy, and I really loved it. But yeah, that's kind of the idea, the like aesthetic that I was going for in here, very grandma-core, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I'm very into this grandma-core vibe. And here I went right back to the very first mirror that I tried in this space, because again, if you've seen like other videos of mine, you will know that I tend to do that. I will like furnish something and then be like, no, I don't like it, and then delete it, try a bunch of different styles, and then go right back to what I started with. And this little space behind the stairs is so awkward, and all of like the little like middle houses have it, so it was a little bit annoying to figure out something new to do each time, but I mean, it's fine. It turned out good in each one. For a few of them, I just like put a bookshelf and called it a day, but yeah, they pretty much all have it, and yeah, it's just like an awkward, useless space. But we have moved on upstairs to the kids' room, and I love the kids' room so much. This, again, awkward shape made it a little bit difficult to figure out where to put the bed, but I fix it by just creating like that division wall, which actually like looks really cool. I think it looks super unique, and yeah, just helps give them like a little bit of a nook to put their head. And yeah, they don't have a nightstand, but that's probably fine. They can use their desk. They can just like reach over. For part of my childhood, I decided that I wanted my bed to kind of be not like floating, but it was like against the wall, but there was no wall behind my head. And so I didn't really have room for a nightstand, and I just like put a shelf on the wall and frequently hit my head on it. But I was like a teenager, so I don't know, I wanted it to be different. But this room turned out super cute, and it's like super colorful, and I love all the polka dots and like the matching rug with the bed. It's like, I don't know, it's the best. And I also put in like the little drawing table and a violin so that they can build those creative skills. And I think the stuffed animal also helps with the communication skill. Or sorry, the social skill. But anyways, they will be a very well-rounded child. And over here with the parents' room, I wasn't really sure what I wanted for this. I didn't really, like, I tried a lot of beds. You might see occasionally that the like menu will kind of like crossfade into the same menu but in like a different part. That is because there were so many moments in this build where I was just like scrolling, trying to find something, trying different things, and it just got so tedious and so long. So I did cut a lot of that out just for this one because it's so long. I don't do that for every build. But yeah, I tried so many beds in here until I found this one, which is like way more modern than the rest of the house really is. But I just thought it looked good. I really liked the neutral colors. It wasn't like, you know, just white, but yeah, just like a little bit beige, sad beige mom. But yeah, I don't know, this house, or like the yellow house, it just, I tried to mix in so that it's not like super like solely classic. I thought it would be like important to also mix in some other styles. And for the hallway for this one, I decided to put in like a little desk area, like a little bit of an open office area, just because it felt like it was the only place for one here. And I really like this shelving that I put above the desk to kind of tie in the bookshelf. And later on, like in post-production, I cluttered up with some books and yeah, just like other, I think I put in like a pencil, one of the pencil cups and stuff. And this bookshelf is from Parenthood, and I don't know, I feel like I rarely use that, but it's really cool. It needs better swatches though. I don't know if you've seen the swatches it has. Most of them are pretty funky. And out here, just furnishing the balcony, put in like an easel and some planters. Yeah, they each have their own balcony, which is really cute. If you see the exterior building, so like part one, you'll see kind of like the really unique facade that it has, which is like the reason that I really wanted to build them. And just like, I don't know, the balconies are a huge part of that. But back here, I also, because I imagined that the parents, or like one of the parents was a chef, I knew I had to put a barbecue and a nice little eating area. And I just use like these chairs and like the table from, it's just like a base game one. I use the one here. I'm like switching it over to the one with the umbrella because I felt like, especially during, because like this is inspired by Norway, I just imagined that during like the very long summers where the sun doesn't go down, you'll need an umbrella. But yeah, and I also added that little tent, which is super cute, a little chunky, but yeah, one of the great things that came with the Dream Home Decorator pack. Anyways, we have already, I always do this, I always like keep talking about something that's already moved on, and then like totally skip over the next thing that we're building. But over here, we are working on the pink townhouse, and I love the pink townhouse. The family that I imagined living here is a pair of grandparents. I imagined it as like two grandmas. I don't usually like try to like gender my builds or like the personalities that I imagine in each one. But in my head, it was just a pair of grandmas, and they live here. They love it here. I don't know if like they're like freshly here or if they've been here maybe like 1 or 2 years. Yeah, maybe this is like where they've downsized, but yeah, I don't want to spoil it actually. I just want to, let's just talk about like the living room that we're doing. I put in a desk here with a little typewriter so that they can write right next to the window. I really like that it's right next to the window. It lets in a lot of natural light, and as someone who also likes to write, having a window next to your desk when you're writing is so necessary. And I'd love to know if any of you guys like to write, if you agree with me. But yeah, that little entryway is super cute. I put in like the growing together mirror and yeah, that little coat rack. And I used the like art frame TV in here because these are hip grandmas. And over here in the kitchen, I used like the same cabinets that I put in the first house. this is like the cabinets that I imagine are like the original ones in that, like in the, what would be the property, the lot of all the houses. And yeah, just some like older appliances. So in like Europe and in a lot of places too, like Argentina as well, you have to bring your own appliances when you buy a place, when you rent a place. So I imagine that they brought their own appliances and they're different from the other ones. And see, this is the spoiler that I didn't want to give away, is that I also imagine that they have like a nursery up here because, or like they have a nursery in their house for the baby that is their grandchild, little infant. And it is possible that I just like made this up as an excuse to build another nursery, because honestly, I really like building nurseries. They're really cute. At least today I like building nurseries, or at least for this build I did, because you know what, my mind changes every time. But anyways, I thought it would be a good idea to build one, and I decided to make it for the grandparents to just have like a little space for their grandchild that comes to visit every so often. Maybe like you can plan some stayovers and just like invite them over. But yeah, I just thought it was really cute and a great way to use that second room. And over here, I love this bedroom so much. I use the bed from Horse Ranch, these like dressers from Growing Together, which right now I've put them together, but later on I separate them because I didn't like the glitch of them like overlapping. But I also use the end tables from high school years in this gorgeous brown color that matches everything. I don't know, this room turns out so cute. I think that this is probably my favorite of all of the bedrooms that I've built. It's just like so warm and I don't know, like soft at the same time. Like it's not too like overpowering and bright, and I don't know, just like it's really cute. And over here in the hallway, I have placed the games table, or like puzzle table, because I imagine like you can't make a house for grandparents and not put in the puzzle table. I mean, it's really made for them. But yeah, it's really cute, and also just like an excuse to use the Strangerville chair, or sorry, not Strangerville, Paranormal Stuff chair. I love that chair. And over here I've placed some rocking chairs in the balcony just so that, I mean, yeah, again, it's like grandparents. You need to put in a couple of rocking chairs. You can just imagine them sitting out there and drinking their tea. That's why I put the teapot there. And yeah, in the backyard, I just put a couple of planters and a little bench with a little coffee table in front to put your feet up, to put the tea down. And oh yeah, I also put in this like summer drink tray from the backyard stuff. I think it's still available for free. So you should definitely go get it because it's a really cute pack and it's free. So might as well. But we have already moved on to the next townhouse. This is the gray townhouse, which I accidentally also made gray inside. And the household that I imagined for this one was actually just a single sim, and the second room I turned into an office. And I imagine that they've just like recently started to gain some success in their career, and they like bought this house and they are slowly making it into their like, you know, I don't know, their dream home. But yeah, I just imagine that they were just a very successful business person, and yeah, I definitely like made this one way more modern. And you can probably tell, like each townhouse I show less and less of the build, just because again, this is such a long video, so I didn't want to like, I guess like oversaturate you, overwhelm you with all of these. But yeah, I made this kitchen definitely like way more industrial, or like the entire build way more industrial. But I think it looked really cute. I'm not really one for modern contemporary industrial builds, but I actually really liked this one. And here is where I'm making the office. I wanted to use one of the streamer computers, but I didn't like that the keyboards were all like colorful and lighting up. I wanted just a basic one, but instead I just used like a base game one, which is like the really expensive Unbreakable one. And yeah, also put in some musical instruments. And here in the hallway, I just put in a bookshelf with just some crates of records that I think those crates came with Basement Treasures. And yeah, I also put in a record player. And back here, I place, or like in the office, I put in a stereo and yeah, just like decorated a little. Maybe I imagine that they're like they work in music, and maybe that's why they have like all those items in there. I don't know if they're producers or if they're musicians, but either way, they really love music. Maybe they're like neither of those things, but I don't know, they just like it. And I also imagine that they're maybe a little bit more minimalistic than other than the other people that live in these houses. Since I imagine them as also probably younger than most of the other families or most of the other like primary owners of the homes. Since they're probably younger, they're going to be like way more modern, and one of the modern characteristics I feel like is being a little bit more minimalist, at least when it comes to like millennial era people. They're definitely more minimalists, but over here just placing like that base game entryway table with the mirror. I actually use a lot of base game in this. I feel like I've been using a lot more base game in most of my builds, which is pretty great. Makes it way more accessible, but of course usually for clutter especially, I find myself using a lot of things from different kits and different expansion packs, game packs, stuff packs. I'm really excited that stuff packs are making a comeback. That rhymes. But yeah, over here in the backyard, I don't have as much landscaping as most of the other like yards, so I knew that I was going to have to like make that into a personality trait. Ended up making it so that there can be more seating so that they can entertain out there. I can just imagine that they like have a lot of parties and it annoys all the neighbors who are trying to get their kids to bed. And this is our very last townhouse that we are building. We are finally almost done. And for this one, I imagined a single parent with their kids. And I imagine that they have 3 kids, and you'll see more of that later. But I just wanted to make this like really fun, very kid friendly, just like a very colorful and exciting home. And over here in the corner, I used the like bonsai tree that you can like prune and stuff and like shape. I thought that was really cool. I don't think that it's something that I place very often. I feel like for the gardening skill, I usually just like to place planters. But I needed something for that space, and that fit perfectly. And I really love getting to use items that I don't usually use. I feel like I'm like getting my money's worth of the packs when I like get to use them. So this house is like I gave it like a very mid-century vibe. And I just really love how it turned out. I feel like there's a lot of items that like fit that in The Sims. And over here we are like decorating the dining room. I had already kind of decided on like having the round table with these chairs from Horse Ranch that are gorgeous. I love this swatch for them. And I was really struggling with the rug because I needed a square rug to fill this space, and I ended up settling on this very colorful university rug. And I don't know, it just like spoke to me. I don't think I've ever used it, or at least haven't used it recently. Maybe when like university just came out, I probably would have used it more. But it just like created this very big focal point where I can just imagine them all hanging out here, playing games, doing their homework. It just like totally worked. And the only thing is like off to the side, like in the corners of this room, I really didn't know what to put here. So I do end up just like copying the armchair that I placed, like the current armchair that we see, and just like placing it on the other side as well. I just like don't think that we had too many options. And I also placed a parenthood like bulletin board so that you can set a curfew for the kids. And originally I wasn't gonna do like an island or like the little like stick out for the bar stools, but I changed my mind and added it anyways. And over here, the hallway, I don't really fully like furnish in the build or like in the video. I do end up doing that off camera, but we do have the laundry for this build up here, and we're starting off with the kids room. This is where I was trying to decide which one was going to be the kids room because there's like 3 kids. I thought maybe it would be better to give them the bigger room, but then I make a decision that you will see more, like you'll see the decision later. And over here I imagine that it's a teenager and a child, so I went with this like bunk bed from the Dream Home Decorator game pack, and I just felt like it worked really well to be both like for children and for a teenager. It's like not too childish, but also not too like boring and mature and like, I don't know, angsty. What other words can you use to describe a teenager? But I just used a mirror from, I think that one's from Growing Together, and I really love this dresser from Parenthood. It reminds me so much of my childhood and like the early 2000s. It's great. And I also put in that like very boho kind of like swing chair to kind of make it a little bit more teenager friendly, I think, as well. And in this corner, I just place a desk. And I do decide to go with just this one from Dream Home Decorator, like the colors matched, and I place like a pastel pop computer on it, and just use like a high school years chair to keep it really simple. I think I cluttered up a bit more later in post-production, but yeah, it's a cute one. It's very simple. And over here in the like parents' room, I wanted to use that one from Cats and Dogs, that bed from Cats and Dogs, but the swatches just weren't it for me. So instead I used this bed from High School Years, which it's like a very similar style, but it's yeah, it just like had a better swatch. And I do change the wall colors to be a little bit more beige. And this is where I have placed the third child. I imagine that they are an infant. So yeah, the parent just decided to place them in their room so that they don't bother their siblings. And it was also like a great way to utilize this very large room. And it also just looks really cute. And this chair that I used in the corner next to the dresser is a chair from Parenthood, which I don't use very often because it has some really, and I mean really wacky swatches, which like rarely fit into anything that I ever build. So yeah, I don't know why. It just like worked in here. It's obviously the very, very neutral one, or like the only neutral swatch that it has, but it looks so cute and I love it so much. And again, like I said, it's really fun when you get to like utilize every single part of the pack that you have paid good money for. And over here, I like in the backyard, I place like the bee box and yeah, planters, barbecue, and I think, yeah, over here I just like end up placing a picnic bench so that you can have nice little family meals. And I did forget to furnish the balcony, so I come back to it. I think I just placed I just placed a nice little easel so you can paint and relax. And I was gonna put the bench over there, but it created like, I don't know, there's like a very awkward corner. So I was very confused about what to put there. I ended up moving the bench there because it like utilized it better, and just like put a little like, I think it's like a dollhouse for the kids from the camper's kit. And my goodness, we have finally made it to the screenshots. If any of you guys are still with me, thank you for staying with me for so long to complete this incredible project. I'm so happy with how this all turned out. I really didn't add too much clutter. I mostly just like fixed things that I forgot to do or that I like made a mistake on. But yeah, this house turned out so nice, or like this property, this lot. It turned out amazing. I am really, really proud of it. Again, I want to just like say, for those of you that are still here, thank you so much again for 100 subscribers. This is just a little shot of the half bath that you will find in all of the homes. But anyways, yes, thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. I am just so happy. This has been the project of a lifetime. I mean, the YouTube thing has been a great project for me. I'm super happy to continue doing it, and reaching 100 subscribers is like the motivation that I needed. Sometimes you lose a little bit of hope when one of your videos doesn't do that well, but just like really, really happy and appreciate every single one of you. You are all amazing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the screenshots. I hope you guys have enjoyed the build. This is the bathroom in the first townhouse. It is the biggest bathroom in the entire, of all of the houses. But yeah, it looks really cool. And I will also be showing you, there's a sprinkler that I had added to the backyard here. But you will see the other bathroom that all the other houses have, just like between the screenshots that the yellow house will provide. But there I just moved around the end table that I had placed in that awkward space and switched it for a bookshelf, and placed a little bit of a stereo. And this is the fully cluttered hallway there. This is the beautiful view that you get from your balcony. And this is the kids' room. I love that cat calendar. It's super cute. I kind of want one myself. I would love to make a calendar of just my cats. But anyways, this is the bathroom. Every single house has this same bathroom, exact same shape and everything. I think the only one that's different is the gray house. I put a shower instead of a tub in there. don't really know why, it just felt right for that one. And yeah, this is just the primary bedroom and the backyard with the tent, and I also had added some planters. But I love this tent. I think I sized it down, but it should work just fine. If not, it's just like really, really clunky. And this is the grandma's apartment, or grandma's townhouse, I should say. And again, it is so adorable, and I've placed so many like picture frames and stuff so you can put, you know, all your family photos in there. I feel like they're very family people, family oriented people, and you know, possibly the infant is living with them. That could also be a thing. Obviously you guys are going to do whatever it is that you want with the storylines for these houses, but you know, just putting in my 2 cents. And the nursery turned out super cute. You know, I'm not always super proud of my nurseries, but this one turned out adorable. And this bedroom is such a dream. This is like the cottagecore dream. And I love the like flower pot. I can't even get my words out anymore. The flower pot that I put on top of the dressers. And this is their very simple, cute backyard. Again, if you haven't gotten the backyard stuff pack, you should definitely go do that. It's still free, it's $0, and you get to keep it forever. So it's a great deal. And yeah, this is just like the more modern townhouse. I keep wanting to say apartment, but yeah, just added a lot more of that black paneling just to accent things. And you can probably tell that I haven't included like an equal amount of screenshots of every single build or like every single space. Some spaces don't need more than 1 screenshot in my opinion. So yeah, I just kind of went along as I felt in my gut. And yeah, the office, very simple. I really like the like planter that goes on the wall. It looks really cool. And here I just added, I think the only thing I changed is I added some lamps. And yeah, it's a super minimalist townhouse. I think I needed one of them to be a little bit more minimal because, oh my gosh, it was a lot. 5 homes to furnish in a few days. It was a lot. So anyways, this is finally on the last townhouse. This one is so cute. I just added a little bit more clutter around just to make it feel more lived in. And I mean, it's a family home, so I think you need it to feel lived in. Even like the lunch boxes that I added, that adds so much. And yeah, this one is really, really colorful. And this is the hallway that I furnished in post-production. I kept it really simple, just added a keyboard and some seating, yeah, and just like a little bit of decor. And speaking of very simple, this little balcony, and I really love that bunk bed. I feel like there's actually quite a lot of privacy on that top bunk. And there's the desk all cluttered and stuff. In my head, they had only like just moved here, so there's still more time to clutter. And this is their bathroom. I included it because it is slightly different from the other bathrooms because it's bigger, has a different layout. But this is the last like big like bedroom space that we're seeing, and this is the last backyard. I can still speak, guys. But yeah, these are the last few screenshots of the build. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks again for 100 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Bye buds, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Comment and share with your friends. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.